Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. First question from me. Alex, welcome back to Miami. Just give us your thoughts on this extremely long match today and the win.
I'm really happy with the match today. I really had to dig deep. I know that Laura is such a fighter, so I'm happy with my patience and my strength, both physically and mentally today.
Yeah. So thank you. First question up front, please. You go ahead.
Congratulations on a big win today. You're so popular,
Oh,
and you're dealing with it. It's incredible. And we talked to James Blake a little bit, and he said he has to give you center court. What is it like with all the adulation? How are you handling it? And anything you want to say to your fans? Thank you.
I like to think that I'm handling it pretty well. Of course, I'm super grateful to all my fans because they really, they take the time out of their days to come see me. It's a lot of effort to go out and to come to these events, so I hope they have fun. They purchase tickets, so they're spending their hard-earned money to come see us. So I'm really grateful for that. Yeah.
Does it seem like a year that this really got you started? Coleman Wong did well here last year as well. And coming back to play this first match after last year, how many nerves did you feel? How much pressure did you feel that you didn't want to go out first round as well?
There's a lot of talk. I mean, there's been a lot of talk towards my direction about this. So you say pressure of coming back, and it's real. I mean, it's definitely real. I guess it's natural for the public or whoever to have some sort of expectation because I did so well last year. But how I approach it is that all the work's been done before this tournament, So I'm happy because I've been doing well throughout the whole year, and I've had results even just last week and the week before and throughout the year from last Miami Open to this year. So this isn't a tournament where it's like everything's on the line, And if I don't get the points here with that I have to defend, I'll get them somewhere else. So even when I lost the first set today, I was just thinking, that was a good first set. I was able to compete. She played well when it counted. And I think that's kind of also the mindset that helped me sustain throughout the rest, like the other 2 hours of the match. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
This tournament, when you win this tournament, changes lives. Alcaraz changed his last year. Yours, Mensik, maybe even Fonseca to a certain point. Can you tell us the big changes in your life after you left this tournament? And again, you are having a great year. Quarters and semis almost every week. Talk about your progress.
Thank you. I definitely have a lot more exposure now in the public eye, which is such a blessing, of course, to have this support and for me to be able to feel the support in my journey. It means so much because I really do work so hard, and it's acknowledged and it's celebrated. What have been the biggest changes? I think in terms of my life, this is my first year being fully on tour. So since Miami of last year, I haven't played a tournament that wasn't WTA. So I think professionally, the level that I am surrounded by has really kicked up a notch. So I think that's pushed me in many different ways. And of course, off the court, I'm recognized a little bit more, which is, which is obviously a very good thing. That means business is good. That means things are going well on court, and of course, that means that people like me. So I guess that's that's always nice. Yeah.
Stephanie, right here. Stephanie first.
Hi, Alex. Congrats. Speaking of your first year on tour, I'm curious if there's anything that you and your team have learned or adapted on how you are approaching the matches, or maybe how you're approaching recovery, maybe now that you have more experience or more resources?
Let me think. it's hard to answer because I've had the same team pre-Miami last year until now, and I'm sure they have changed some things within them. But I think that's also what's the great thing about my team is they don't make it feel like such monumental changes for me. It feels like we take it day by day, and they really keep my feet on the ground. Yeah.
Hi, Alex. You seem to have a very great sense of style on your Instagram. Do you love shopping and that? I saw your trip to Nike where the images were really great and you had all these sort of like custom sweaters and really cool stuff. Is that something you're interested at all in fashion and maybe in the future eventually having sort of like custom kits on court and things like that?
I would love it. I am a fashion lover. I'm very much into kind of like pop culture, and for example, like when the Met Gala comes out and all the looks, like I'll go through them and I'll see. Not to say that I'm a fashion expert. I like to style myself. I like to feel cool because I think when I think I look good, like I feel good, it makes me more confident. So yeah, I am. That's something I would love to be interested in. Yeah.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Congratulations on the win. Last year here, you played Iga in the quarterfinals, and you got that really big win. There is a chance you could potentially play her again. What are your thoughts on facing her again, given the experience you had here last year?
I would love to face her again. Of course, matches against players of Iga's caliber is always a great opportunity for me. And the fact that I'm able to put myself in a position where a potential matchup with her or even Magda is a possibility. I think that's a really positive sign for me, especially after today's match and how long that dragged out. I'm really happy, and very excited.
Question here. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. Congratulations on your win. Obviously, we've talked a lot about your popularity. Particularly, I kind of wanted to ask you about your popularity within the Asian community as well. We've seen so many of the younger Asian tennis players now rising. We've mentioned Coleman Wong. Giannis is currently battling it with Yulia right now. I'm just curious to know your thoughts on the development and the rise of young Asian players as you guys are making your way up the ranks and doing so well in these tournaments.
I think it's such a good thing for tennis that Asian players are coming up and we're coming out on fire. And I think representation is really important. And I think we're in an era right now where a lot of different kind of demographics are being represented in the tour. So I think that's a great thing. I remember growing up, I really looked up to Lina because she was Asian. And of course, because she was just such a great competitor. So I think it could be really great for the next generation. Yeah.
Hi, congrats.
Hi.
When you look back on your career, of course, the last year, this tournament might be one of the biggest achievement for you. But besides that, is there any like a big wins or particular tournament where you get confident, or it's not necessarily about the match, but maybe it's some like a decision making, like going to Rafael Academy or something. So, what do you think is the kind of like a turning point of your career?
I don't think. Well, of course, Miami Open last year is the obvious turning point in my career. But aside from that, I think it's really gone step by step, and it's been a progression, which I think is very healthy. And it really, I'm happy looking back at it to see the work I've put in, behind the scenes and seeing it come to life on court. And even, even when I lose, it's always part of the process. So I'm happy knowing that, after those certain like difficult moments, I was able to bounce back. Yeah.
Hi, Alex. Congrats.
Hi.
Putting this in perspective, you've always said to us that you're so happy that tennis is booming in the Philippines. Courts are hard to get. So many young players are now taking up the sport. But to push it up to the next level, to see someone else like you We know your path was through the Nadal Academy at age 12. In other sports, it's also been the same. I've been around Philippine sports for 20 years, and it's always that if you want to make the international level, you have to train abroad. We had the Philippine Open. It's booming, you know, but what is your take on when you see the technology back home of coaching, development of players versus what you've experienced in Spain? What are your thoughts on that, and how would like a college star or a high school star make that next leap? Is it necessary to go abroad?
As of right now, from what I know of the kind of level or how do you say, like what the resources or in terms of coaching and knowledge or things like that in the Philippines, I frankly think it's still quite far. I think we still have a gap to close. I think there's still a lot to learn for us, but I do believe we are in the right direction.
What has surprised you the most? I mean, for me, to see so many Filipino and Filipina fans, and the situation in Melbourne during the Australian Open with that queue waiting to get in for your matches. But when you look through the last 12 months, is there one thing that has really surprised you with your rise and attention?
In terms of the crowd, you say?
In terms of anything, really. But, I mean, obviously the crowds and the attention you receive, I would think, is a huge factor, especially what happened in Melbourne.
Yes, Melbourne is one of the instances where that really stuck out to me. I didn't realize the size of the crowd until after my match when I had seen some videos, some clips online. And it really came as a surprise to me, but I'm so happy and so privileged that I'm able to bring that sense of community out in the people. I think, I guess that would have to be the biggest surprise and something relatively unexpected. Yes.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you.